Alright, so I'm just going to record this here throughout the session. And quickly on a recap, price of GU today was not looking good, like yesterday and the day before. Was not looking good at all. It's just at the beginning of the year, and a lot of banks are trying to get a hold of the positions, get a hold of liquidity, and so the liquidity levels of price is also at that high level, at that volatility. And so market is moving extremely efficiently, kind of swallowing up every single thing. You can see here it's moving very efficiently. Move down, come back up, swallow back up price, right? It's just overall a really efficient market. And in an efficient market, you don't see a lot of openings for us to take a trade at all. And this is the case at the beginning of the year where the big monies are trying to form the market, they're trying to get in, trying to get out, trying to form an outlook of the year of the first quarter. So this is what usually happens. But for a recap, for from 9 a.m. so far up until this moment, so we have this. It's like a pseudo trend line, dynamic trend line, right? This 5 minutes here. Let's show 1 second. This 5 minutes here. There's a 5 minute order block, and you see how price come back up here, and it still respects it and have a huge retracement and rejection push back down. This is a candle where it indicates to me that price can continue back down. At the same time, right, the downside doesn't have a lot of I would say orders or liquidity, deep liquidity in here in order to push price back down. And because it's so close to the previous order block and so close to breaking out, as well on the 1 minute here, you can see as well. So it's preparing to be broken out. And so I just need to wait because in choppy price action, I need to wait for clear. And I can see also a dynamic trend line I can draw from the top to the bottom here. So I draw roughly of where price is at. And now you see that price kind of bounce off of it, still maintained below the trend, and finally broke through, but it basically left the whole zone without looking back once without looking back anymore. So it left the whole zone and keep pushing price up to this 15-minute order block here. And after that, because price inefficiency has been eaten, this is really hungry of action here. Market is really hungry and they try to swallow up and be extremely efficient. So what usually happens is that after price have retraced back down, eat all of the inefficiencies up, price will start backs up once again. Some people will go into enter over here, pushes price back down, right? Hopefully, with this bearish sign that price going to continue down. But now we have a dynamic trend line of the low, low, low. So 3 time bounce. Technically, this is a bounce, right? So 3 time bounce, and this pretty much a really strong minor trend. And so we established the trend. The risk reward ratio to the trend was not worth it, and at the same time, price have eaten up the inefficiency before. So I just waited once again, and then price left the zone one more time, hoping for price to retrace back down here after this, official break. But then price didn't really retrace back down. When price come back up here to this level, to this previous high of a wick, and then how price trying to retrace back once again. But because it's so bullish at that moment, and there's a lot of void that need to be filled in, especially this one here. Especially this void here needs to be filled in of total of 5.5 pips, right? And all this price can push up once again is around 10 pips or so. So it's technically still a void in the middle here, right? Technically still a void. And so price is not going to have a lot of trouble in terms of pushing all the way up once again. This is where price retraced before, so this is where the sell side liquidity is going to sit. And so this should be the end of the line for a lot of orders. So this should have been this could have been, but again, because price was so um, it's so unclear to me, and there weren't much structures at all. There's no structure. There's nothing in price where I can take the trade, but this could have been one of the trade. You can just aim for a little bit over minus 27 from the previous Lego structure push up. Um, so yeah, right now it's just continuing upside. I'm waiting for more structure, more something in order to base my trade off. But yeah, at this moment we don't see a lot of it. So with that being said, I'm just gonna sit around and record back up once again when there's something happening, and then recap the trade. And we're having some structure at the moment. Hopefully it's gonna break this low here, this low, and then kind of retrace back down. This is not official to me because there is little to no retracement. Um, on this level here, little to no retracement, and basically dynamically it has broke the minor trend within the uptrend. But this one here is still a big obstacle, especially considering price have been extremely bullish. So I want to see this one being broken and this trend line kind of getting respected, I would say, or if it needs to break through the trend line here, and then we'll see how it goes. And well, it looks like price is not looking good. Um, It's too choppy, man. It's too choppy. You see 5 minutes, nothing going on here. Big signs. It's like a snowball effect if you would think about it that way. If there is no clear price action and it's extremely choppy and price have nowhere to go, what happened is that the machines and the algorithm bots are going to work with that data, and usually if the market condition is like that, the bots will be turned off, right? And executions are going to be much less, and so there are going to be less algorithm form in the market itself. Um, this is a result of less machines or machine operating with the given data of choppy price action, and they have to trade accordingly, and this caused a choppy market for retail traders as we are understanding the algorithm of the market itself. Um, so all this here I've drawn, this one here, should have trail stop it. This one is not really that official because on the 3 and the 5 minutes, it's just wicks, like wicks bounce off of the trend. But still, on the 1 minute is a bit clearer to me that there is 1 minute here, but then the take profit level. So let's read this. To engulf in the entry again, did not map out the TP level. Price was very near zero point 0.5 Fibonacci of this leg, which is from low to the high there, so it's valid. And 1 minute OB, which is the sanction area of where price have left, essentially. And price also getting rejected, and the trend line is not officially broken. Um, yeah, it's having facing rejection on the 3 here, and a little bit on the 5 as the price was forming, and that's rejection. It did not officially break the trend. And should a trail stop? Lesson not learned. Yesterday I also have a loss just because I didn't trail stop on these market conditions, and it's not. For example, this one here. This is an adjustable trade. Um, right? If it's the price have eat up the inefficiency, face this. Basically, this candle reject up, and you can enter right here after this candle close. Stop loss below. Just continue entry and trail stop, right? Just trail stop below, trail stop below, trail stop below until it reaches 1 to 3. You can get the stop loss at 1 to 3, or just take a 1 to 3 off fully. As well as this one here, just trail stop below, trail stop below, and trail stop below, right? If it's touches, it's fine. And this one here, this is not don't need to be a trail stop, but essentially this is another dynamic trend break here from the low here to the highs dynamically. I said it previously in the last minute, but it's also a good trade too. So price come up here, break it dynamically. There is no 3 minutes, right? It was not formed, right? This the candle after rejection it formed. 5 minutes nothing, right? So 3 minute order block only formed after this candle closed, which is at 10:09. This candle here after rejection on the 1 minute. So after that, it reaches 1 to 3. Zone was achievable right there at 1 to 3. You can set trail stop as well. Did not hit the trail stop at all after it touches 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, and then come back down here once again. Should have trail stop, but then This candle closes and then well, price retrace back up once again, and then should have stopped us out, but then this the level here. Take profit level was at 1 minute and is at the 0.5 Fibonacci, so naturally it would be facing rejection. So that's another lesson. Um, Still need more reflection, I would say reflection, and go back in time, back test all these positions, and more time in the market in order to incorporate the market conditions. Of course, I can just brag myself. I can just drag, my mind into adapting into the market and feel disappointed. At the same time, it's the condition, right? Sometimes market conditions are just going to be really choppy and shitty, and that's just how it is. As traders, we are just analyzing algorithms in the market, and this is just what it is. Take it for what it is. So this one here, it's a loss, and this one here, another adjustable trade, and your price is too choppy for me to tell. Let's go out here on the 5 minutes. So on the 5 minutes here, oh my god, this too much. Too much drawing on this really choppy price action here. So price come back up here once again. You can see how price have wiggled out. This here you can see barely the trend line. This one I highlighted, and you can see how price is slowly wiggling through, and after it wiggle through, it form another. Let's go zoom down once again. It form another mini trend right here. You can call it a trend. Let's call it just a dynamic, really dynamic mini trend here. Price broke through. This one here come back a little bit higher for the retracement, and then it pushed through once again, and it break through this dynamic trend line, and it comes back up to point 0.5. And this is kind of a little bit of a squeeze, but it gives us a doji, and then it gives us a little bit more price pushing down, and we can entry anywhere between here. Again, trail stop right here. Judging from from the price action, all of this I don't even want to say anything, but trail stop here, right? And then price come back up, stop out for around 101, which is fine as long as we have a position that is protected for its time being. And what else? Recently you can see how price broke through the previous short-term high right here. It's 3 minutes and it's still maintaining the 5 minutes. You can see there. They say, why did I not hold this trade? Well, it is debatable whether this trade is holdable too. But then choppy price action, all of this, and the stop loss area is right around there. In which case, stopping out is fine by me. You can see how this candle comes up, break through the previous 3 minutes order block as well, and there's just mixed and choppy price action. It's not desirable to trade at all. So with that said, just gonna move on from today, and I'll see you tomorrow on Thursday. Yep, see you.